You know, there's a lot of people that I've seen over maybe 2 days, I would say, after their parade. They have a lot of hate. Um, why are you so mad that Jalen Hurts is getting his respect? Does it hurt you to know that Josh Allen can't win the big games? Does it hurt you that Lamar Jackson can't win the big games? Does it make you mad? Does it hurt you that you were wrong about Jalen when you called him a bum, when you said he couldn't read the defense, when you sat there and you disrespected this quarterback? Does it hurt you? Because there's a lot of people who say, well, if Saquon Barkley wasn't on his team, Jalen would have won. Well, Saquon Barkley, and people still don't understand because they got tunnel vision. And they forget that Jalen Hurts, we won 3 games before he became the starter, and he took the team to a better record. And that was when we benched Carson Wentz, who was supposed to be the starter. Jalen Hurts in his rookie year had guys that other than Devontae Smith, and he took them to the playoffs. Like the hate for this quarterback, it needs to stop. You tell me where Josh Allen won Super Bowl MVP at, because I don't care about MVPs. You tell me where Josh Allen wins Super Bowl MVP, and I'll show you a quarterback that won Super Bowl MVP. I got proof that Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP. Tell me where Josh Allen won Super Bowl MVP. I don't care about MVPs. Where is his Super Bowl MVP? Why can't Josh Allen and the Lamars and the Burrows beat Patrick Mahomes? I think Burrow's the only one who beat him in the AFC Championship game. Where is Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson Super Bowl appearances? Then you got morons trying to compare Jalen Hurts and say Justin Herbert has never won a playoff game. Y'all haters mad. Y'all haters mad. And rather you just admitting that you were wrong, you continue to shoot yourself in the foot time after time after time. You will never learn. Well, he shut up. Justin Herbert's never won a playoff game. What are you talking about? If he can't win in the Chargers, what makes you think he can win in Philadelphia? Because part of being in the Philadelphia system that y'all disrespect Jalen Hurts about is good decision making. Lamar don't have that. Josh Allen don't have that. And Justin Herbert don't have that for damn sure. So this is what I need y'all to do. Shut up and give my quarterback respect. Herbert is a bum. 2 coaches he's on. He has talent around him. He had Keenan Allen. And he threw 4 fucking interceptions. Don't ever mention my quarterback and Justin Herbert ever again. Not interchangeable. One wins, the other one chokes. I was arguing with a guy on IG, in the comments, and I don't usually do that, but this guy over there talking about, well, unpopular opinion. The nerds who think they know it all. Over there talking about if Saquon Barkley wasn't on his team, Jalen Hurts want to win the Super Bowl. That's why he said, you mean so much to this team. He gave Saquon Barkley, if you saw his mic'd up, he said, Saquon said, no, it's everybody. He said, no, you don't know how important it is to have you on this team. You were the extra piece. And this doofus want to talk about the Jalen Hurts stick right. Bro, Jalen Hurts is a top 2 quarterback in this league. Well, you're a groupie. And you a hater. You a hater. You a Jalen Hurts hater. You mad because your quarterback can't do what my quarterback does. My quarterback won Super Bowl MVP. Show me where Justin Herbert won Super Bowl MVP. Show me where Lawrence won his Super Bowl MVP. Because those quarterbacks are supposed to be better. Lamar has fumbled and threw a pick in the biggest game of his moment. That was his time to go to the Super Bowl. Yet he can't get it done. You can have all the talent you want. It's the decision making. It's the smart decision making that you have to have with it. And some of these guys don't have that. So I don't care about Lamar. I don't care about his MVPs. He can take that and do whatever he wants with it. Give me the Super Bowl MVP. Give me that all day. Give me a quarterback that fucking wins.
Give me a quarterback that delivers this. Because this is what's all about, baby. This is what's all about. You see this right here? You see, no, it's not NFC Championship. It's Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Give me a sweatshirt that has Super Bowl champions on it. Give me a TV show that has a documentary of Jalen Hurts leading my court. The NFL is now giving my quarterback respect, and I appreciate them because he's a winner, and people are starting to catch up on it now. But y'all weren't catching up before. I told you Jalen Hurts wasn't losing the second Super Bowl if he has a chance. Mahomes was a dead duck from the beginning. That defense, first of all, let me tell you something. Some of those players that were there in 2022 heard everything that offense line said in that parade. When you over there talk about 0 sacks, not a good move. Not a good move, okay? You know what I'm saying? They were cocky, and when you watched them mic up, they were acting like they already won. They were acting like they were won. They act like they deserved to be there without putting the work and showing that they deserved to be there. They got there because they thought they were the Chiefs and no one could stop them. We got there because we thought we deserve it, and we were going to show everybody we deserve it. No one gave us a chance. Everybody picked the Chiefs. All they talked about was a three-peat, and they didn't talk about this defense that they were playing was the #1 defense in the league. Cooper DeJean. There's a reason why that man was drafted in the early round. Quinyon Mitchell, there's a reason why we drafted him in the first round. You brought back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. This is the reason why your defense looked better with him on that field. He's a leader. Then you go and get Jalen Carter. What did Jalen Carter say after that when we drafted him? I'm bringing the Lombardi Trophy back to Philadelphia. Didn't he say that? And then you draft who? Nolan Smith, who a lot of people were sleeping on. They said he was too small. They say he wouldn't have been an NFL player. They say he's just a rotational guy. When we know the guy can play football. The Giants should be ashamed of themselves for leaving Saquon Barkley go. If you're a Giants fan, you might as well not come outside today. I mean, if you live in PA, man, you might as well stay home. It's a bad day to be a Giants fan. You let the best running back go to the Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't want to hear, well, we couldn't pay him. No, that's bullshit. You paid Daniel Jones over him. You didn't give him more money. You franchise tagged him, which he didn't want. And he said, you know what? I don't need you. I'm going to go do a contender. The same people say we wouldn't win without Saquon Barkley. The same ones will probably, if you go back to the comments when we signed Saquon, they said he was washed. They said he was injury prone. Jalen Hurts didn't need Saquon Barkley to go to the Super Bowl, did he? Because in 2022, he made it to the Super Bowl. So, miss me with that garbage. Now, was he a definition of an upgrade for what we had? Absolutely. Saquon Barkley is a transitional talent. There's a reason why that man was drafted in the #2 overall pick. But the Giants didn't know how to build around him. The Eagles knew that he was a star. Why not add it with a star quarterback? Why not add it with an offensive line that's the best? Why not add him with the best receiver in the league, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, star Hall of Fame talent receiver duel in the league? Why not add a Dallas Goedert who's a Pro Bowl tight end, now a Super Bowl champion tight end? Why not add it with the best defense in the NFL? Why not add that, Saquon Barkley with that talent? What's wrong with that? They want to talk about Jalen Hurts has all this talent, but they don't want to mention Brady had that talent, the same thing in Tampa Bay. Y'all complain that Jalen Hurts had talent, but you were complaining when Lamar Jackson needed more weapons. You were complaining Josh Allen needed more weapons. Which one is it? Obviously, they need more weapons, right? Why can't your GM go out and get more weapons for your quarterback, right? Because if you complain our quarterback needs weapons all the time, then maybe your quarterback should get weapons also. Or shut up. The hate for Jalen Hurts is nasty. It's disgusting. It needs to stop. Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback. Unless you're a Super Bowl MVP, don't talk football with me. If your name is a Josh Allen or Lamar, because they don't got Super Bowl MVPs. They don't got Super Bowl MVPs, and they first round picks. And then I got Eagle fans on Twitter talking about Josh Allen's better. How is Josh Allen better when Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl MVP? Go ahead and just remove that profile off your little stupid little Twitter profile with the Jalen Hurts, because you're obviously a hater. You obviously just became an Eagle fan today. We know who the real Eagle fans are, man. Listen, if you don't think Jalen Hurts is the top 2 quarterback for what you saw in the Super Bowl, then I'm sorry, you blind. Show me where Josh Allen won Super Bowl MVP. Show me where Lamar Jackson won Super Bowl MVP. Show me where Joe Burrow won Super Bowl MVP. Oh, that's right, they didn't win them. Show me where Justin Herbert won. Oh, that's right, he didn't win a playoff game. Shh. Quiet. Tua can't even get to the playoffs. The disrespect to my quarterback needs to stop, man. You said my quarterback couldn't win the bowl. You were laughing at me with the fumble. I bet you're not laughing now. Because now you can't laugh now. Now we're laughing. Ha ha ha. I'm laughing today. I got look at this, man. I'm going to sit back and just relax today. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. See? Look at that. You could kiss the Lombardi Trophy and you could kiss my ass if you want to, bro. I don't care. My quarterback brought something your quarterback can't do. You see the merch? Now show me a merch of Josh Allen holding that Lombardi. Show me the merch of a Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens. Show me a Super Bowl champion Buffalo Bills. Oh, that's right. They haven't won shit. Show me that. Show me Justin Herbert Super Bowl champion sweatshirt. Show me that. Show me that. Show me that. Show me Joe Burrow Super Bowl champion. Oh, that's right. He didn't win. My quarterback has beaten every single one of them. Beating Josh Allen, beating Patrick Mahomes, outplayed Mahomes too. Every time he's played him, he's outplayed him. 3 times he's outplayed him. He's outplayed him last year. He's outplayed him in 2022. And he outplayed him and he won that time. Josh Allen came and beat Mahomes in the biggest stage of his lifetime. That's a kryptonite to him. Lamar came and beat Mahomes. That's kryptonite to him. The AFC is so terrified of Mahomes, yet Jalen Hurts is not even afraid of him because he's outplayed him and beat him. So, when people say, well, if he was in the AFC, I guarantee the Bills will make it to the Super Bowl because he outplayed Mahomes. Common sense would say, it's not about the arm strength. It's about, do you have winning mentality? Are you making better decisions? When you're turning over the ball and you're fumbling like Lamar Jackson and you got King Henry on your team, but you're complaining he needs more weapons, well, maybe it's because he turns over the ball and he fumbles the ball. But they want to blame on the tight end, not the fact that the man threw a pick and he fumbled. It's not about the arm talent, man. You can have the greatest arm talent you want. Jet George had a great arm talent. He didn't have winning mentality, and that's why he was a bust in the NFL. Carson Wentz had the biggest great arm talent. Could make every throw. He didn't have winning mentality. You see quarterbacks each and every day have big arms, but don't last. Because it's not about arm talent. It's about, do you have winning mentality? Jalen Hurts don't need the biggest arm. He has winning mentality. He's a winner. All he cares about is if we won the game. Chris Long said that he talked to Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts supposedly said, it's already written. He was treating it like it was just a normal game. But that Super Bowl loss pissed him off, and then the media trashed him, and obviously last year made him more determined to get back. Now it's everything around him is better. Well, what about the quarterback that had to throw the ball? Because you still need a quarterback to throw the ball, right? If Jalen Hurts had talent around him, right, that you say, well, how come the talent is winning games with him? Because at the end of the day, and I keep bringing it up, the Browns had all the talent. Remember that year they traded for Odell Beckham Jr. and they got Jarvis Land. Where did they go? Where did they go? Where did the Giants? You remember when Eli Manning had Brandon Marshall and where did they go? Oh, that's right. They didn't go nowhere because it's not about all the talent in the world. The Dream Team had all the, supposedly the greatest talent in the world, even though they were washed and we knew that, but they didn't have a quarterback. That was the Eagles, and they keep bringing that up, but we already shot that down. All the talent in the world, and yet you can't win shit because you don't have the quarterback to lead you. It don't mean shit. And that's what people fail to realize. You still need a quarterback to throw the ball. If I had every dollar for one idiot to make a comment about, well, Jalen Hurts has all the talent in the world, I would have $1 million. Well, Lamar could win with this team. No. Lamar can't win with this team because he can't win in Baltimore. And he has a defense over there. And he has receivers over there. And he has a running back over there. Shut up. Because he don't make good decisions. And that's what it matters. How about you tell your quarterback to stop fumbling the ball and stop throwing interceptions, and maybe he would make it to a Super Bowl. Maybe Josh Allen should not try to play hero ball and, I don't know, do what Jalen Hurts does. Take what the defense is giving him and stop trying to play hero ball. No, but you don't want to hold them accountable. They talk about Joe Burrow. If he went to the Eagles, well, Joe Burrow had a chance to win the Super Bowl, and he played like the worst performance in the Super Bowl. So did Matthew Stafford. That's why they gave it to Aaron Donald. And I love how everybody talk about, well, Jalen Hurts don't deserve Super Bowl MVP. You weren't watching the game, and you clearly don't know football. Because that's an idiotic statement. That's a hater statement. Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns and had a triple-digit performance, both offense on the ground and both throwing in the ball. He had one of the best performances in the Super Bowl, and he outplayed that Super Bowl performance that he had in 2022. So again, just say you don't know football and don't talk to me. Because clearly you don't know what you're talking about. You just run your mouth thinking you know football when you don't. Josh Allen has never been to a Super Bowl. How can you say he's better than my quarterback? He don't have a Super Bowl MVP. Well, he don't have the talent around him. No, shut up. He does have the talent. He don't win games because he's not a good decision maker. That's why. That's why he can't be Mahomes. Because he turns over the ball and he's reckless. Lamar Jackson turns over the ball and he's reckless. Justin Herbert is a bum. There's no comparison. A first round looked like to me a bust because what has he won? Great regular season quarterback, stinks in the playoffs. So he's just a good regular season quarterback, but there's going to be questions. Can he win the big game? Well, doesn't look like he can. You know how many quarterbacks have been drafted over Jalen Hurts, and yet none of them can do what Jalen Hurts is doing? There's combine in the next 2 weeks, I believe, right? And the thing that I want the combine to understand is this. Instead of worrying about the big arm talent quarterbacks, how about you look at the winning mindset? Let's go into the combine. And if I'm every NFL team that's looking at a quarterback, I'm not looking for the big arm. I don't give a shit about that. I'm looking at, can you be able to win with the games on the line? Are your mentality strong? Are you going to be able to read a defense and make good decisions? Not the big arm. Not can he? He's a superstar. Yeah, you can be a superstar you want. Cam Newton's a superstar in the NFL. He's still a loser in the Super Bowl. He had no mentality to win. Great superstar quarterback, big arm, made big plays, was jumping over everybody, star in Carolina. But when the game was on the line and he needed to win a Super Bowl, he didn't bother jumping on the ball because it was a business decision, right? And all he cared about, you heard what he said. He'd rather win MVPs over Super Bowls because he didn't have a winning mentality. He didn't care about anybody else but himself. Jalen Hurts cares about the team. Cares about the team and the team only. When they talked about on the mic up, which is interesting because I love watching the mic up. Dude, the Chiefs look like they were lost. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley were the two captains, along with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I believe, and Zach Baldwin, obviously. The four captains that really were helping your team. Stay right here. Stay right here. Next play up. Come on. Next play up. Next man up. We right here. That is so important. That is so important. When you got a mindset like Jalen Hurts, when you got a mindset like Saquon Barkley, why do you think Saquon Barkley was loved in New York? Why do you think the players loved him in New York? Because he was a captain. The Giants GM obviously didn't see the captain per se because he just got there and he said, you know what, we don't need Saquon Barkley. But why do you think the owner wanted to keep him? Because he had a mindset of winning. And that's so important to have in the locker room. Daniel Jones is over there in the concert, like I said, with the Mac Miller Band concert, singing, when you should be out there working on your craft. But instead, he's over there in the Mac Miller Band concert singing and having a good little time because he got paid. He didn't care anymore. Saquon out here having leadership, and it goes a long way. Nick Sirianni even said after the game, he hugged him and said, listen, I don't care about the player. I could give a damn about the player. I like the person that you is. You're such an important leader. Jalen Hurts is the same way. They match so well. And we got a quarterback that has a mindset of winning. We got a running back that has a mindset of winning. We got a guy like Zach Bone needs to be paid, man. And I hope the guy, we're not trying to get compensation picks. You know what I'm saying? I think the 3 free agents that you need to sign, there's 3. All right, because I know Milton Williams is more likely going to get paid. Okay, he's out of here. But I do think that Josh Sweat is a possibility of being signed. Okay, now if Myles Garrett is free, but here's the thing about Myles Garrett. 1, I'm not trading the first round pick for him. Okay, yes, it's the 32 overall pick, but those 32 overall picks, I could trade back and get a couple picks down the road, and they're valuable. Those picks are valuable. Okay, everybody says, I don't care about the picks. That's how you lose your window. And that's how the guys like the 49ers, guys like the Rams, all those teams have one chance of winning and they don't get back. Because you trade assets, but you got to understand assets are very huge. Cooper DeJean was an asset that we had that was a draft pick. And you see how good he is. Jalen Carter is a first-round pick. Nolan Smith was the last pick, wasn't he? What round was Nolan Smith in? Nolan Smith was pretty much, wasn't he the last pick? Was he the last pick, or he was close to the last pick? And look how good he is. So, when people say we should trade back, yeah, I agree with that because you're not going to pay a first-round player. But like I said, if a Duke Carter somehow falls, let's say a Duke Carter falls, and you never know. I'm taking him. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a young player than a guy like Myles Garrett. And I like Myles Garrett. But I'm not trading a bunch of picks and assets. And if Cleveland wants a lot, then hang up the phone and move on. I'd rather sign Sweaty J, and then go out and draft an edge rusher, either early second round or late first round, and pair him up with Jalen Carter and develop these guys. Jalen Hunt is starting to become a player. I'm not going to trade for a player and stunt his growth. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop trying to always, let's trust the process. Unlike the Sixers who don't have any process, the Eagles have process, and you see the process working. Nolan Smith is developing. He's a Super Bowl champion. Jalen Hunt is developing. He's a Super Bowl champion. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, draft an edge rusher is better than trading for an edge rusher. I'm not giving up picks for 28-year-old, 27-year-olds unless it's a third rounder, a fourth rounder, or a late second round. Now, if you want to do a third round pick, then I'm all for it. But a first round pick, they talk about first round pick, and I need a player here. Like Brown fans are doing mock trades, right? And they over there say, I'm not giving up. Well, who do you think Myles Garrett is, first of all? First of all, you don't got no say what you're doing, okay? Myles Garrett wants to get away from you. You're not trading Myles Garrett because you want to get money. No, Myles Garrett is forcing you to trade him, or he's just going to be unhappy. So Brown fans talk about, I want this. You're not getting that. You're not getting that. You're not getting a bunch of first-round picks for Myles Garrett because he don't want to. It's not like y'all want to trade him. He wants out of your sorry ass franchise because your franchise is trash. Your franchise is garbage. You can't win with the Browns. They stink. That's why they're losers for the longest time. Myles Garrett it's not like you trade Myles Garrett because Myles Garrett, even though he wants to stay, you want to trade him for ass. No. Myles Garrett wants out. So he's forcing his hand. So you're going to take what you can to get him out of here. Because if that, he's going to be, probably a problem in the locker room. And you don't want that. So, I love how Brown fans say, I'm not giving up this. Man, you're not the damn GM. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Who is you? You're not. Well, this guy. What is his name? It's one Brown fan. He does mock trades and he's over there talking about. Well, I'm not giving. Well, this Myles Garrett trades are ridiculous. What do you think about Myles Garrett's not worth 3 first-round picks? I'm sorry, he's not. Great player, but he's also getting older. Okay, this is not a 24-year-old. Okay, this is not the Myles Garrett who's in his year 2 in the NFL. He's 28 years old. Okay, you're probably going to get the same amount that you got from Slay. What did we give up for Slay? Who was what at the time? 28? 29? He's 29 years old. So you're looking at probably a second rounder at best? A second rounder? Come on, man. Like these Brown fans thought they were going to get 3 first-round picks. I'm not giving up 3 first-round picks for Myles. No GM is going to do that. No GM is going. Now, there might be a dumb GM, but it won't be a GM that is winning. It'll be someone like the Bears. It'll be someone like, I don't know, the Jets or some stupid franchise that would give up a lot of picks for them. But a winning GM like Howard Roseman is not giving up 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett. Okay? It's not happening. Okay? Howard Roseman values picks, and I like that about him. And if they want 3 first-round picks, then let the Commanders have them. At this point, I'm not really scared of Myles Garrett going into the division. You know why? Because he already said Jordan Mailata already shut his ass down. We could shut him down again. You know what I'm saying? If you're Myles Garrett, you want to go to Philadelphia because you have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl because what do we do? Won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So more likely you're going to repeat. But, let the Commanders have them. I don't give a shit of what they do. The Commanders don't scare me one bit. Maybe if we was like 25 and 27, I probably would trade him for a first round. Absolutely. I get Abdul Carter, draft an edge from Penn State. Yeah, I mean, Abdul Carter definitely wants to be in Philadelphia, man. But, we're going to see how the combine works, man. Do I think Abdul Carter will be there at 30? No, I think he's going to go at least top 3. A team like the Patriots are going to try to draft him. A team like Tennessee. It would not shock me, Tennessee. Everybody talks about Tennessee drafting a quarterback. I don't think so. I think Tennessee's going to go after Abdul Carter. They swore it down that there was a team what was that team that was supposedly going to draft a quarterback and they took instead they took a defensive end? Was it the Falcons? Was it the Falcons that had the number 2 overall pick? And they swore it down they were going to trade for a quarterback. They were going to draft a quarterback. And what did they take? They took a running back, right? I'm telling you right now, do not be shocked if Abdul Carter goes in with the Falcons' first-round pick. Don't be. Because if he goes out there and blows that combine up, and he goes out there and shows, they're drafting him. The Falcons need defense. I'm sorry, not the Falcons. Tennessee needs defense. Not the Falcons, excuse me. The Falcons are already drafted. You know what I'm saying? But the Tennessee Titans have the first-round pick. I think they think Will Levis is the franchise quarterback. What they need is defense. They need defense. I think a guy like Abdul Carter would fit the Titans really good over there. They need defense. Listen, they're in the AFC, and they just watched the Eagles do what they did to Mahomes. Now watch other teams do what the Eagles try to do. I'm sorry, watch other teams try to do what the Eagles did. And build that defense, build an offense, going out in free agency and signing guys like running backs that are on free agent market. Do not be surprised if Tennessee tries to copy off the Eagles and draft Abdul Carter in the first round because they think he could be another Jalen Carter. Or they think he could be another specimen that could add to the defense. Because they got Mahomes they got Mahomes that they have to see in the playoffs. And they got quarterbacks in the division that are mobile. They got Trevor Lawrence in the division. They got Richardson in the division. Wait, is it right? Richardson's in the division, right? And who else is in the division? Who else? Let's see. They got the Colts, the Texans. Oh, C.J. Stroud, right? Just saying. Abdul Carter. When you have to go and track guys like down like C.J. Stroud, and you got to go down and get guys like Richardson, mobile quarterback. You got to go and try to get guys like, try to get them on the ground like Trevor Lawrence to win your division. And you got a young quarterback that you drafted in the second round who showed flashes of good arm talent, who looked really good at times. Do not be shocked if the Titans draft Abdul Carter. They've been very, very skeptical of drafting defense, and they've been talking about it. And now they just watched Super Bowl. How do we win? Defense win championships, right? How do you win championships in Super Bowls? If they think they have the quarterback, then they're going to draft a guy like Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter is a generational talent, and I don't care what anybody says. He's generational talent. And if you add him with the Tennessee Titans, when you already got what's his name, Simmons over there, and you build that defense, just saying. So yeah, I mean C.J. Stroud over there, you got Trevor Lawrence over there. How do you win? You win by defense, right? So I can see the Titans drafting Abdul Carter with the first overall pick. I can also see him drafting Travis Hunter with the first overall pick. The Titans are probably not drafting quarterback. Everybody said they're drafting quarterback. Well, why would they draft a quarterback when they got this quarterback who has shown arm, who has a good arm? So either if they draft a quarterback, then you're telling me that Levis is probably getting traded, right? Because if you draft, let's say you draft a quarterback, then Levis is out the door. But I don't see how they'll give up on Levis when Levis showed he can win some games. Now, I haven't been watching Tennessee Titans, so I don't know. But I would draft Abdul Carter because I just watched the Eagles, and I'm going to be trying to copy off the blueprint. Now they're going to try to watch. Everybody's going to copy off the Eagles now. When you win Super Bowls, teams are going to try to copy off you because they want to be you. Now, the difference is Howard Roseman, you can't copy off what Howie does. And that's where teams jam themselves. You know what I'm saying? They try to do what the Eagles do, and they can't. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I'm going to miss Milton Williams. Milton Williams, Milton Williams, I think, is going to go, and I'm going to say this, and I hate saying this. I think he's going to be a Washington Commander. And I throw up in my mouth. Trust me, God, I want to throw up in my mouth because that is disgusting what I just said, but I can see them doing it. I can see them doing it. And honestly, if Milton Williams is not because listen, Milton Williams, I don't know, maybe Milton Williams stays with the Eagles. Maybe say, fuck the money. Let me just sign back here. I know what it's like to win. I want to win again. But if he's about the money, the Commanders are a perfect situation. They have a lot of cap room. They need a guy like that can help their defense. Dan Quinn is over there. Milton Williams just made the biggest play of his lifetime, stripping the ball out. I can see that, man. I can see that. Always take our play. They always take our plays, bro. But that's cool. We're still going to sweep them because, again, they're Washington. We always own them. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, we split with them last time. We almost swept them if Jalen Hurts didn't get hurt. But that's another story for another time. Well, we already talked about it. And Jalen Hurts obviously showed you in the NFC Championship game that he's a better quarterback. But anyway, look at it. I mean, Milton Williams, I think, is gone. I think Isaiah Rodgers is gone. James Bradbury is out here. I think Brandon Graham retires. I can see them bringing Slade back for 1 year. 1 year deal, less than $6 million, something cheap, just for him to retire as an Eagle. Mekhi Becton, I think they signed. I think the three moves that I think the Eagles make is a re-sign Becton, they re-sign Sweat, and they re-sign Bond. I think Milton Williams out the door. I think Rodgers is out the door. I think Isaiah Rodgers is he's not going to get paid that much, but I don't think the Eagles value him as what we think he is. I think they can go draft a guy that could just be just as valuable. You know what I'm saying? You never know how teams are, but I know how Roseman's going to like compensation picks, and they're going to get a compensation pick for guys like Milt Williams. They're going to get compensation picks for guys like Isaiah Rodgers. So, and Jeff Lurie talked about it. That's how they get picks, man. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at guys like Abdul Carter, well, how do you get that? Those are the draft picks. Those are compensation picks, man. And Howard Roseman, don't be shocked if Howard Roseman moves up in that draft. Do you really think Howard Roseman is going to stay in that 32 overall rank? Either he's trading down or he's moving up. You know what I'm saying? I could see the Eagles. When we have the 32, we're not going to have the 32 overall pick. So get that out your head. It's probably not happening. More likely, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to trade down. And I think it will be during the combine or before the draft. Okay? So we don't have the 32 overall pick. So think of that. We don't have any picks right now. Okay? Right now, we have no first-round pick. Just think of that, because right now, it says we have the 32 overall pick, but knowing Howard Roseman either will trade up or trade down. Everybody talk about we shouldn't draft a number one because you don't want to pay a first-round pick. Come on, man. Stop. Howard Roseman can make it work. If he wants someone, he'll go get someone. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a lot of money to free up. Bradbury's going to be freed up. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have guys on your books. I think, Gainwell's a free agent. You're going to have a lot more money to free up, man. I think Bradbury is gone, and then you get some of these other guys off your books, man. That that been killing. So, and how Rose is going to make some moves, man. He's going to make some moves. He's not going to be in a situation where he can't make moves. So it is what it is, man. Gainwell is gone. Yeah, Gainwell can leave, bro. He's a good rotational, but he's not a starter, man. He's not a starter. But yeah, Sweat's probably gone too. Unfortunately, no, I think Sweat comes back. I think Sweat's not going to want to go nowhere. Sweat is a cheap. Sweat, I don't think because honestly, I think he's a system defensive player. I don't think he's a starting high-paid defensive. Like Milton Williams could start for a new team. I think Sweat is a guy. That just will take less money. I think Bryce Huff gets traded. Yeah, I can see that. And that's where I think we're going to get the most cap from. I think Bryce Huff is gone. I got a feeling that we're going to move up in this draft. You know what I'm saying? Abdul Carter wants to come to Philly. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what I'm saying? When you were showing pictures of you and Jalen Carter together, and this is why I've been saying, I don't know if teams want to take a gamble on that. If you're the Tennessee Titans, you want to get someone that might not want to play for you? I'm just saying, do you want guys that don't want to play for you? Do you want to draft a guy that only wants to play for one team? Is that something you want to build around your franchise? You know what I'm saying? Now maybe the Penn State what's that? Abdul Carter says in the comment, you know what? Listen, I'll go to any team. I love the Philadelphia Eagles. They're my fan base, but if anybody drafts me, I'm blessed to be anywhere. And then they'll be like, all right, we'll draft you. But if he says, listen, I want to play for Philadelphia, then teams are going to pass up on him, or he does something stupid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you never know. I mean, Duke Carter seriously wants to play in Philadelphia, and he's defending the Philadelphia Eagles. But you know what? I think he'll be a guy that I don't know, man. I think he will. But yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Sorry about that. But yeah, it is what it is. I would love to do Carter, but I don't see him being drafted by Philadelphia. But we'll see. I would love to get Duke Carter, but he probably gone. Yeah, I think Tennessee's going to draft him. I think he will be a top 2 overall pick or top first. I think he's gone. I don't see you getting a gym star player at 32. I just don't. There's going to be a lot of players that are going to be gone at 32. So I don't see how Howard Roseman doesn't move up. I don't see how Howard Roseman stays at the Howard Roseman's not going to get a guy that's going to start right away at 32. You know what I'm saying? Like Nolan Smith should have never dropped the way he did. You know what I'm saying? I look at guys like corners, like you're going to need another corner because, like, listen, if they don't bring Slay back, now you need another corner. You know what I'm saying? If you could get that Michigan corner, I know this impossible, but what's his name? Johnson? That corner over there? Hey, I'll take him. You know, if you're somehow able to move up a little bit, this will be it. But do you want to draft a first round pick and have to pay him down the road, or do you want to get move down in the second round and get and not worry about have to pay a top guy? I mean, it's up to Howie what he wants to do. If Howie Roseman thinks he can pay all these guys, and if anybody could do it, it's Howie Roseman. Say Howie Roseman's very good with the magician. Hopefully, he didn't get hit in the head where he start getting brain dead and we forgot how to draft. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be a bad situation. If Howie Roseman messes up in the draft, we know who fault it is. It's some dumbass Eagle fan who decided to throw a beer can at him. I'm blaming that dude who threw the beer can at him. So, hopefully Howie Roseman's not in concussion protocol and he's able to learn. He didn't get hit in the head where he forgot how to draft, or he had amnesia where he starts drafting stupid. No, I'm just playing around. We don't want to think like that. I want to draft a pass rusher in the NFL draft. Yeah, but where are you going to get at 32? We have the 32 overall pick. We got the last pick in the draft. The last pick. How are you going to get a top pick in the draft if you're all the way down? How? What player are you going to get? Every player that's pretty much a star in this league is going to be off the table. Now, what I think the Eagles are going to do is they're going to trade back because they don't really need that much. I mean, if you sign Sweat and you sign Becton and you sign Bond, you don't really need that much. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to get a guy like Abdul Carter. You're not going to get a guy like what's his name, Will Johnson. You're not going to get a guy like a Travis Hunter, who are generational talents. You're not going to even get a guy like even some of these edge rushers. You're not going to be able to get a guy like that. So, if a guy falls down to them, they might trade down and drop him in the second round. You know what I'm saying? Because you're probably not going to want to pay a first round pick down the road because you're going to have Jalen Carter. You're going to have to pay Jordan Davis. You're going to have to pay, who else? Who else is Nolan Smith? Those guys are going to get paid by the Eagles, man. They're not letting them go. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think Milton Williams is out the door. You're not going to be able to pay him and Jalen Carter. You're just not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying Milton Williams top money. I'm just not. When you got Jalen Carter coming up, when you got Milton Williams coming up, Jordan Davis is going to get a contract soon. You got to pay these guys. This is why you have to draft well. That's why I think the Eagles are not going to be in this serious conversation with Myles Garrett. Because right now, when you look at the Eagles team, you look at the cap situation, you got guys like Saquon on the contract, you got guys like AJ on the contract, you got guys like Devontae. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to draft players. You can't afford to just trade for players. Now, if you could get a premier guy like Myles Garrett, that's fine. But how much is he going to cost? How much are you giving up, and what is his contract, and how much is his cap hit? Now, that's all for Howard to figure out. I don't care, really, to be honest. If you get Myles Garrett, hell, I'll be happy. But I don't see the Eagles being in a serious conversation for Myles Garrett. I think there'll be talks, but I don't think it's going to be where they pull the trigger. I think someone like the Commanders will go after Myles Garrett. I think there will be someone like a team that is looking to compete, like the Seahawks. I can see the Seattle Seahawks train for Myles Garrett. Why do you say that? They need pass rusher. I can see someone like the 49ers train for Myles Garrett. I can see someone like the Rams train for Myles Garrett. Those teams I can see. I don't see the Eagles doing it. I don't see that. I see a team that is an NFC West that trades for Myles Garrett. I think the Seahawks are a name. I think it's just somehow I think an NFC West team. I can see. You know who I think will trade for Myles Garrett? The Lions. The Detroit Lions would be a perfect situation for Myles Garrett. With Aiden Hutchinson and him, and what they have struggled with last year, injuries. Do not be shocked that the Lions go after him. They got money. You know what I'm saying? I think don't they have free spending money? Don't they spend the money? I think they do. They will. I could see them pulling the trigger for Myles Garrett. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. I see how he traded a 32 pick. I do. But I also think Bryce Huff is out of here. You know what I'm saying? What do we trade? What do we trade Bryce Huff to the Lions? That would be diabolical. Ooh, could you imagine that we trade Bryce? Hey, you need a pass rusher? Here's Bryce Huff. That would be hilarious, man. Just trade Bryce Huff to the Lions. That would be so cool if Howard was before that trigger, and you're able to get a first round pick back, or you're able to get a quality, I would say, a player. Like if you're able to get a player back from the Lions, and you're able to switch them up for Bryce Huff, bro, I would laugh my ass off if we did that shit. If we somehow were able to trade Bryce Huff to the Lions and keep our 32 overall pick, and then we trade that 32 overall pick to move up and get somehow a dual Carter, bro. Come on, man, stop. I don't want to. That's a pipe dream. I know. I know. I know. I'm falling for it, man. What position do you think that we need to draft? I don't know, man. Free agency is going to depends what we do in free agency. I think edge rusher. I think edge rusher. But again, do you want to stunt Jalen? I don't know if you need edge rusher because Jalen Hunters came along. Um, Probably tight end, right? Because Dallas Goddard has a cap hit. Now we got to see what Dallas Goddard is. That situation we got to figure out. But probably tight end. I think you need a number two tight end. I think you need a number two tight end because I like Grant Cantera, but he's not a number two. He's a number three at best. Um, I think that you need that, and probably you probably need to get Lane Johnson's replacement either this year or next year. Maybe we drafting up. I can see drafting offensive lineman. Maybe not in the first round, but late second round, third round. The Eagles love the trenches. They that's what they love. That's how you win Super Bowls. Trenches and defense and offense. Defensive ends, offense, tackles. That's the bread and butter, man. Probably a corner or a tight end. Corner. Why do we need a corner? Right? I mean, I already think you got one. Ringo, I think, is in the waiting room. Do not be surprised if Ringo gets a chance. What corner are you going to get in the first round? Every corner I think is going to be off the board. Will Johnson is the only guy that I think that is worth taking, and he's going to be off that board. What's his name? Will Johnson from Michigan. That's the only guy that I think is a generational talent. Any other corner other than Hunter and Will Johnson? No, I'm not a fan of that. Grant can't block for shit, but he's decent. He's decent, but dude, if you could give me that tight end from Penn State in the second round, come on, man, talk about it. Like that, dude, I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? If you could get a guy like Kyle Pitts in the trade, that would be nice. So that would be another target for Jalen Hurts to kill people with. No, then people complain, Jalen Hurts not as tight end, Kyle Pitts, and now he has AJ. How much more talent does he need? As much as we can win Super Bowls with. These people complain too much, man. It is what it is, man. I see how we trade a 32 overall pick. Yeah, I can see him trading back for sure. I mean, we'll see what happens, bro. But the combine's in 2 weeks, man. And really, to be honest, I don't want to move to the draft. Let's because when you win a Super Bowl, bro, the draft is like, bro, we're already at the draft. We're already at the combine, man. Free agency is next year. And I mean, coming up after February, it's March. We just had a parade. Like I don't want to. I want to keep this moment alive, man. Let's keep on, talking about the Eagles, man. Like we won a Super Bowl. Now we got to go to a new season, and back to work, man. I don't take Hurts haters seriously. No, I don't. I think there's a lot of people that are not going to accept Jalen Hurts because he doesn't win with his big arm. He's not a big arm quarterback. But listen, big arm quarterbacks don't you win your shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah,
So I mean, it is what it is. Um, it is what it is. But yeah, but anyway, I gotta get going, man. I got work in a little bit. Appreciate for watching as always. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'm out. Go Birds.